Hello, now I'm going to continue this session with repopulating. This is the most important topic, right? This is a collection of exactly previous topic. Okay, what you will have to do if you want to work with this practical, what you will have to do and what is the structure exactly. That is, I want to show error on same page. If you're not going to insert value inside the one control or more than control, it will show on same page. Got it? And this called repopulating. This is a combination of request dispatcher and request.set attribute, get attribute, and the JSP tag like scriptlet tag, right? In this case, what you will have to do, I'll have to copy this coding. Your home page cannot be HTML in that case because you will not able to use HTML coding plus Java coding on same page if you're using HTML. What you will have to do, you'll have to create a new home page that is JSP exactly, and you can use the name index again. Okay, and now what I will do, I will paste the data whatever I created in HTML. JSP fully support your HTML, right? And now I can delete the HTML page. Got it? This is a simple form where you have action new select method get or post, whatever you can use. I can change it with post. T1 T2 for name and the password and the submit. You will send request to your servlet, and I'm going to delete all data over here. This is just a simple practical to get value of T1 T2 in the form of request.get parameter can store on the local variable. Now if you want to show error on same page, what you will have to do, you'll have to check manually the every variable, is that variable is empty or not. So I can use if name dot length is equal to 0. This situation will tell you that if your name dot length is equal to 0, it means user missed the value, user didn't put anything inside the control. So what you will do, you will have to store this in a object of list java.util l equal to new linked list, right? So what you will do, if your name dot length is equal to 0, you can add l dot add enter name first. Got it? And in same criteria, what you can do, enter password first. Okay, it was just simple checking about the variables value. And what you will do, first you will check is your list is empty, क्या आपकी लिस्ट खाली है, and when your list will be empty, when there is no error, your list contain the data. But right now I'm working on error, so I will change the value like this. List is not empty, it's contain the errors. Okay, so what I will do, again I will use the object like request dot set attribute like error list, object is error list, and you can put the value. And you will have to move from here to your home page, your first page. How you can move, you can create object of request dot get request dispatcher, because this time we'll have to send the data, and the page name like index.jsp, and you can store it into request dispatcher rd. And if you want to move on that particular path using your object request, why I'm using request dispatcher, because I'll have to travel the error list from this page to your home page. Got it? You're aware about this criteria. What I'll have to do, again when there will be error inside your application, it will move to index.jsp. What I will do over here is taking in the same time, I'll have to wait. So I will write the simple code over here to retrieve information from the attribute, and I will print in the form of error, like so. It's taking time. Okay, what I will do, I can use again same scriptlet text, so I can embed Java coding. You will retrieve information request dot get parameter, sorry, get attribute. This is error list. This is case sensitive. Okay, remember what was the name of your attribute over there, but you will have to store it into list. This is the list. I'll have to import it. Write the list with capital L, control space, then it will show the suggestion, and you can select Java tutorial. Automatically this line will be implemented in your code. If that will not implement, you will have to write using page directory used to import external package inside your JSP page. Okay, list L equal to, and then you'll have to cast it. Got it? It will take little bit time because JSP take to compile it, right? Just save it and error will be go away. So first, because this is my home page, it will also run first time and list will be null for very first time. So this is mandatory. I'll have to use a condition. List is not null. If list is null, then how can I retrieve error from that? This is the mandatory. Second thing is that now you can use a loop to retrieve information from list, because I'm using just two control, right? I'm using just two control like name and the password only. But if it was a registration of form, it will also contain like 15 values, 20 values, and you'll have to get every attribute over here, check the condition and put inside the list, and then again send back that list to your home page using your request dispatcher and request set attribute. So I will retrieve information from the list. If that list is not null, then I can use a for loop. You're aware about that. You'll have to use iterator. Iterator is also class. Iterator it equal to L dot iterator. Then it dot has next. Got it? So now you can get information id dot next. Store this into error object. This is exactly a single error, one by one. Okay, and then how you can print it? Again, how you can print it? Again, you will stop this tag. Again, you will start this tag. This is the beauty of JSP, that anytime you can stop the Java coding and anytime you can start the HTML coding. So it was stop like for loop, started and the end, and between this I have a portion to write the HTML code. Like I can use a tag font color red, and you can use it like this font. Okay, now I want to print the error. What I will do, I will use li tag of HTML list, and inside this how I will print the data, I will use again expression tag, like error is a variable which will contain it. Got it? Save it. It was repopulating, a simple logic. First you'll have to create a form, then go on Servlet, write down your code, then come back to your JSP and again write it, because this is the flow. Got it? Then save it and run your program. Okay, move there. This is your home page. Now without value, can I click on submit? This is enter name and the enter password. But if I will put a value, list is dynamic, enter password. If I can put the password, enter name. If I'm not going to provide anything, that is enter name and the enter password. This is repopulating. Repopulating means you're going to show error on same page, right? This is the criteria, simple logic. You'll have to create a form action must be Servlet, method post t1 t2. You will retrieve information on server, t1 t2 value will be stored in the variables. You can create object of list, it will be dynamic list, and the variable name dot length equal to 0. You can store it into a list, again check it, then store into list. Check is your list is not empty, because if it will be empty, it means you are safe, user have provided everything. But if this is not empty, it means contain error. We'll have to create an object of again request.set attribute, call the set attribute method, provide a name for your particular attribute and the value the list contain the error, and dispatch this particular to back your index.jsp. And then get the attribute request.get attribute error list, store it into list. If list is not empty, we use the loop, and you can print like this. But this is most important, you'll have to use this because I'm using id, it will automatically implement it. If you are not able to use it, then you'll have to write down. Okay, thank you very much. It was an example of repopulating. In next practical, what we will do, we will show error in front of your control. Thank you.